hier, JLaser hat ein neues Video gemacht. Real-Life Spiderman Ding, also dass er wirklich mit den Fingern so irgendwo hochklettern kann. Scheinbar. Crazy? Wird wahrscheinlich crazy sein, weil es ist JLaser. Abfahrt.
Behind me is a gigantic building, no handholds, and this is my wall-climbing Spider-Man suit. I think you know where this is going. This is the result of a few months of work and the completion of my decade-old dream to climb like Spider-Man. Ever since I first saw him get his powers and crawl on ceilings and walls, I was hooked. Been trying to climb like that ever since. Look how cute I was. Did we get the right video? The point is, everyone wants to wall climb like that. Difference.
Jeder wird das probieren. Also ohne Scheiß. Also ihr wollt das doch auch können, oder? Das ist so cool.
I took it way too far. It all started with just a harmless trip to the climbing gym. I wanted to see the kind of climbing an expert is already capable of without any tricks up their sleeve. So after completely annihilating the beginner wall, I got a little cocky and I told him, throw me into the deep end. Basically, I kind of bet him that I could climb any wall he could and more. They don't know what's coming. I'm so confident, I'm ready. The way I see it,
kann er nicht.
If we're trying to be Spider-Man, we gotta be able to climb stuff that even the experts can't. Oh, okay, all right. What do we got here?
Harness off. I don't want anything to get in your way.
No, that makes sense.
So what we're gonna do, it's this purple route. It goes up kind of the side.
Alter, unmöglich das zu klettern.
Of the turtle's head.
Okay.
So,
Bouldern ist aber hyper geil.
do you want to see me do it?
Yeah, why don't you just take it first? Then I'll show him how I do it.
Alter, Junge, wie viel Kraft dieser Typ hat. Alter. Der Typ hat so viel Kraft, das ist so fucking schwierig.
Is he on top of that?
Er muss immer übertreiben.
What? That was pretty good, but like the third or fourth hold, he should have gone more like, done a little bit more twisting motion.
The start holds are like this.
Great, and then just reach up there.
Yep.
Yep, kick up there, perfect, perfect.
Er wird so abkacken.
See, I don't have chalk as a thing. Talking all the chalk.
Chalk up and
Perfect.
we'll see how much of a difference that makes.
A little more.
Yeah, you want more than that.
Did I almost get it?
Ja, klar.
Almost got it. And go right into that.
Right, that'll help.
Nice. Okay. Oh yeah.
So do you do like forearm like workout?
Sometimes you just gotta rest.
I clearly lost his respect, and my team was turning on me.
You don't look very handsome when you're doing it. You could hear that?
Yeah. It became pretty clear I wasn't gonna be able to beat this guy on my own. If I can't do that, then there's gonna be no way I can do stuff that Spider-Man can. So we need to cheat, build something to make me a better climber. So I started with some research and made sure to use NordVPN. That way I can change my location in case something is only viewable from a certain country. Now Nord was kind enough to sponsor this one, and you can check them out, link below. So I started by simply searching how to climb walls like Spider-Man.
So Research ist immer der wichtigste Teil bei so einem Projekt. Man muss halt erstmal wissen, was überhaupt möglich ist.
So the climbers supposedly let him climb any flat surface by mimicking the way geckos do it. Could be cool. Well, it would be if I could find anything more than just this single video from
Ich würde das einfach mit so Toilettenpömpeln machen. Ist doch easy.
2014. Clearly something went wrong with the testing. You know what? Let's just start simple. Like the first thing you think of for making wall climbers.
Climbing walls? How you doing that? Adhesive gloves?
Boom. That's right, Tony. Flex tape adhesive wall climbers. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna...
Er probiert auch immer die dümmsten Sachen.
Whose idea was this? This is so dusty. Well, that didn't work. What is this wall? Since the last one didn't work, it's only fair we give it another try. I feel like a fly.
LOL! Als ob! Als ob!
Bro, it's kind of working. After the first move, like the adhesive starts to lose its stick.
Aber krass, dass es überhaupt gehalten
Why
hat.
is every video me like ripping adhesive off my body? That'll buff out. All right, what's another wall climbing thing people think of? Of course, plungers.
Plungers, das ist auch das, was ich direkt gesagt habe.
Yeah, these'll definitely work. Look at all these videos. They wouldn't lie, right? I don't see how this won't work. I think I'm just gonna make like a ladder, you know? Fuck. It's almost working, you know?
Oh, trick shot.
It's not gonna work. Actually, actually do like the idea of using suction. It's super easy to deploy, and it's also reusable, unlike the adhesive. Look what I just found. Wait, how convenient. These are just behind there. Maybe these suction cups that are actually meant to lift things work better. Yo! How do I go to the next
crazy.
one?
Alter, ich hätte vorgestellt, dass das Glas einfach abreißt.
Like that, you know? They like lose their grip over time, I think, like a little bit. All right, how do I do the feet? The main issue with everything so far is there's no release that I can easily do to take the next step. What happens when you can't reach them either? So let's try electromagnets, which have a much better quick release. So the cool thing about this, if we find a piece of metal, electromagnet here, a couple of batteries, grab onto it, and then hang from it. Ready? Oh. See? Shit. The only issue is it only works on metal. Most buildings are either like flat stuff, like stone, concrete, glass. If you want to climb more,
ja, aber das ist nicht richtig Spider-Man, wenn es einfach nur am Metall
variety of stuff, and you don't mind slightly impaling the thing you're climbing. And putting spikes on your shoes works pretty great. I've got a whole video on this where I actually put spikes in some custom Spider-Man Air Force Ones, just a fold-out spike on the side, bit of ankle support, and some more spikes on your hands. It works pretty well on trees. They're low profile, and you can climb pretty fast. But again, Spider-Man's climbing skyscrapers, not trees. And I want to do that. So now we've looked at about every possible way I can think of to climb stuff, and suction seems the most promising. Again, the problem is they lose suction eventually as air slowly seeps in. So let's fix that with a vacuum pump to keep constant low pressure. This tech actually has been used before, but it's always a giant vacuum strapped
Alter, das ist aber geil.
Some dude's back, you know, really clunky, climbing super slow. That's not Spider-Man. This needs to be mobile, extremely compact, and work
schnell.
Well. How else is he gonna put the moves on his enemies if he can't, you know, move around? Now, I really wanted to climb with tiny suction pads on my fingers and toes like Spider-Man, but
Alter, das an den Fingern zu halten ist, glaube ich, gar nicht möglich, oder?
As it turns out, it's physically impossible to pull enough vacuum force to do that. I mean, it's almost like they didn't actually do it and made the whole thing up. Liar! Liar! Ah! Thankfully though, I kept my cool, thought it through, and shifted some things around a bit. Instead of climbing with our fingertips and toes, let's move the climbers to where we have more surface area, like our legs and forearms. If we can get about like 20 square inches per each limb, at about -10 PSI, we should be able to hold 800 pounds. And again, I want this to be as compact as physically possible. So let's ditch that clunky vacuum and hit up Micro Center to get some motors to make independent mini vacuums, one for each limb. That way
das ist eine krasse
it'll
Idee.
be less bulky and also more redundant. We're also gonna need some Arduinos to control it, some 3D printer filament to print, and some
Alter, ich frage mich immer, wie viel Geld er für seine Videos ausgibt, weil das ist so,
Micro
diese
Center is
Kleinigkeiten,
basically the only
die werden sehr
physical
schnell sehr
store where
teuer.
you can get stuff like this. Also, new customers get a free 128 gig flash drive and SD card when they use the link below. So I 3D modeled and printed several versions of the climbers that I can mount to my arms and legs. They've got a tube to suck the air out, which attaches to the mini vacuum and battery. Also, a foam seal around the outside should stop the air from leaking out. Plasma cut out this metal bracket, so we just grab onto it. Should be able to stick this on the wall.
Aber das ist echt super klein und kompakt. Crazy. Ich frage mich, wie lange hätte der Akku?
Look a little bent. It worked pretty well though. It might have cracked or something. So that's extremely promising, but we gotta make it stronger. So I made some new climbers out of polycarbonate. This stuff's used to stop bullets, so it's extremely tough. And I was able to cut it out using my fancy CNC mill from Tormach. Like, this thing is a game changer. You can throw basically anything in the chuck and it'll carve it into whatever shape you want with basically just a push of a button. Right now I'm using it for polycarb, but it can carve metal like butter. Love having this thing, shout out Tormach. I then added a brace and buckles to better secure it to my arm. You think it'll work?
No. I hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
Wie hält er sich denn fest dann? Er gaffert's aber auch einfach nur. Alter, das ist krass.
That works. Wait, help. Well, now the suction is too good. Even after the pumps are turned off, it still sticks for a while. Actually kind of reminds me of like before Spider-Man knows how to use his powers, when he's like sticking to random stuff and he can't control it. It's like a shield, see? On God. Can stop me, dude. You know that basketball gets stuck to his hand?
Take it. How about that?
Want this guitar?
Yeah.
No, take it. Just take it. Hands off. I'm not even.
Er ist einfach Spider-Man.
Stable. Unstable. Take it.
Einfach. Oh fuck.
So we need that release valve. It would also be super helpful to know how good the suction actually is before I put my weight on it. You know, that way I don't So I added an air
Und ich glaube,
valve,
er wird das nicht überleben.
pressure sensor, electric switches to control everything, and an Arduino to run it all. And now we just need 3 more. So I mounted all the electronics in the upper arms and legs to distribute the bulk. I rigged it so each switch on my arm controls that arm and the opposite leg. That way I can keep my center of mass between the climbers as I take each next step and crawl up the wall.
Ich bin gespannt, wo der hochklettert und wie die den sichern. Alter, crazy.
What the hell? That's sick, dude. Holy.
Not a bad first test. Yeah, the control system was terrible, the switches burnt out, air valves burnt out too, literally burning my leg, and the batteries caught on fire.
Ja, moin, einfach mal kurz dein Bein anzünden, gar kein Problem.
But you know, could be worse. So, yet again, I fixed everything. This is better. No one knows what we're doing. Could be doing anything. It's just the cracks that I have to avoid, but I'll just rip right up.
Try and do it better.
You want to hop in and do it?
Alter, das ist aber schon krass. Klar, ist jetzt noch nicht so schnell, wie er will, aber dass das überhaupt funktioniert, finde ich crazy.
Let's go, dude. I'm so like mobile in these, you know what I mean?
That's crazy, actually.
I also threw in some LED indicators. So once the suction reaches about -9 PSI, the light will turn on, and I know it'll hold my weight. The upper light's for my hand,
Smart.
and the lower light's for my leg. In the future, it'd be awesome to build in web shooters too, because I've already made a ton of those. I'm actually giving away a bunch of these mini web shooters over on my Instagram, so just follow me and like this video to win. Also, shout out to the last video's winner. You got these sweet Venom shoes.
I wonder if I could crawl on the ceiling.
No way.
Nein, er wird sich jetzt nicht an die Decke hängen, oder?
I don't think so either.
This is my entire plan. You know that scene where he's like sneaking into his room? I want to do that.
Nein! Das sieht ja wirklich aus wie fucking Spider-Man. Wenn das ein bisschen flüssiger wäre. No way! Sick! Sieht noch nicht so elegant aus, aber gut. Aber es ist crazy. Lol.
Well, not the end. How do I get down? Nailed it.
Oh my god!
Das war krass.
Crazy, huh? I did not think that would work. That felt like some Mission Impossible shit. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that.
God, no.
No magnets, no like extra. This is just the ceiling. We didn't do anything to it. We gotta get the suit on, man. So I got a suit. Problem is the suit can't cover the climbers because they won't be able to suction to the wall. But what we can do is cut holes for them to stick out of. Then add Velcro to keep the suit fitted around the climbers. Then we put the fabric back in the middle so it blends in with the rest of the suit. Because the foam seal is the only thing that actually has to touch the wall. Now I was so excited. All I had to do was put on the suit and become a real superhero.
Geil. Es sieht natürlich ein bisschen scuffed aus, aber das funktioniert halt
How
einfach.
does it look though? Like the suit?
good.
Like, does it look? I mean, I know I look kind of thick.
Unfortunately, just like all my projects, something had to break. First, the
Wie
wall.
immer.
Turns out it's really hard to climb a wall if the paint isn't attached well.
Dude, the ceiling's ripping off.
Fuck. Renovieren müssen, gar kein Bock.
And the more I climbed, the worse it got. Then the electronics started giving false readings. The indicator light would go on even if the pressure wasn't low enough. So I fell.
Oh!
A lot. This was so frustrating. It's not fair. I already had it. The universe is taunting me.
Boah, das ist immer das Schlimmste, wenn was funktioniert und auf einmal nicht mehr. Fühle ich den, Bruder. Hatte ich die letzten Wochen oft, Alter.
How did this work before? You can stop filming.
But we don't give up. So I redid all the wiring. Then for good measure, I doubled down and added another motor to each limb. This now gives me twice the suction, so now I can climb even more surfaces. Doesn't matter if they're perfectly flat. It also lets me climb faster, because now it suctions twice as quick, so I don't have to wait as long in between steps. So I got back in the suit
Einfach noch mal mehr Motoren machen, da bist du noch schneller.
and gave it one last shot.
You can do this. They're wrong about you. This isn't weird. It's a real job.
I was way more scared this time after falling a bunch, especially just hanging from the ceiling. Complete trust in these things. But it was all worth it because we ended up with this.
Krass. Das eine ist so Movie Magic, das eine ist aber real. Crazy. Ey, das wird, glaube ich, von Weitem halt richtig verrückt aussehen, wenn er wirklich an so einem Gebäude klettert.
You're the Spider-Man.
It is so perfect.
Geil.
Like, we even got the ceiling light. I love it. So, with my new and improved suit, I went back to the climbing wall to outclimb the expert Jonathan and finally earn everyone's respect.
Er denkt sich so, wo bin ich jetzt hier reingeraten?
Yeah. What do you think of the fit?
It looks amazing. You
Thank
look
you.
like Spider-Man.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you think there's any way like a human could climb this wall?
No,
like,
I don't.
okay, that's what we like to hear.
Das ist crazy. Ich würde gerne eine ungeschnittene Aufnahme sehen. Von wie er da hochklettert, aber das ist krass. Also, weil ich wissen will, wie lange es wirklich dauert. Aber das sieht so unecht aus.
I don't know how high you legally want me to go for safety purposes, but there you go.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes! I impressed him.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt auf den finalen Test.
He is a real climber.
I don't know if I believe that anymore. You see the movies or the cartoons.
Exactly,
They're
exactly.
Like suction cups or like toilet plungers, but like.
I know, yeah.
Then we got to talking. I told him I wanted to really put these things to the test and climb a giant building, like hundreds of feet tall. All we need now is a building. Not as
Und
easy
irgendwie eine Absicherung.
as you might think. Imagine calling buildings and trying to explain exactly what it is we're trying to do.
Hey, how's it going? Would you be open to us climbing your building in a Spider-Man suit? Yeah. Hello? Would you guys be open to Spider-Man scaling your building for a humongous, big-budget film? Dangerous? That's not dangerous. The movie industry. These are motion pictures, Tony. Give me something, Tony!
So after about 1,000 no's, we
Alter, das ist so schwierig für sowas Dummes. Also, wir haben auch schon so viele dumme Anrufe gemacht und es ist echt schwierig, manchmal zu erklären und die Leute davon zu
eventually
überzeugen.
got a yes. The Andas in West Hollywood came through and said that this guy could climb their building. But that's actually just the tip of the iceberg. Now we need insurance, someone to spot me to make sure everything's safe, and a team to film. So many back and forth with all the contracts, scouting trips to the building.
We just grinded for hours, just slinging calls.
Finally, everything fell into place.
Boah, das ist eine krasse Leistung, das zu
I was
organisieren.
extremely nervous. My hands were literally shaking. Thankfully though, these two nice construction workers helped me get in my suit.
Jake, if you die, can I have all your tools?
Huh? Yeah, for the harness.
Nice, look at that.
I'm gonna pull it through, all right?
All right.
All right.
Alan.
Hold this for a second. Be careful with that.
Yeah.
If we lose that,
Precious cargo. Like he's dead.
Ah, er wieder. Er war doch hier beim, hier diese Air Umbrella.
So I stepped outside to all the cameras recording and a lot of people waiting to see me scale a massive 200-foot building with some climbers I built in my garage. The highest I'd ever gone was 20 feet. This is 10 times that,
Alter,
but sometimes you have to run before you can walk.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot, all right?
Okay, er ist durch ein Seil abgesichert. Alter, okay, jetzt bin ich.
You got it! 14 more stories!
Alter, das ist so weird. Was denken sich die Autofahrer?
I can see myself in the glass. It's just so sick.
Alter. Vor allem muss man dafür Kraft haben, sich da die ganze Zeit dran zu halten. Crazy.
That's really sick. And the heels
Einfach David Dobrik noch.
much longer to go up. It's like so far from over.
Putting a lot of trust in my engineer.
Das ist die verrückteste Geschichte. Stell dir mal vor, kannst du erzählen, yo, ich bin wie Spider-Man so ein scheiß Gebäude hochgeklettert, Alter.
Can you see anyone in the windows?
Oh, not yet. The blinds are mostly closed. Trying to make some friends.
Alter. Wenn du da fällst, die Adrenalin geht hoch.
What is that, like halfway?
It's so crazy. This is insane.
That is terrifying. I can only imagine what's going through his head right now.
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man! Ich fühle ihn so sehr.
Swing from the web. Yeah, maybe. That'll be next video.
It literally looks like a scene from a Spider-Man movie. Look at that. Dude! With the lights and everything.
Alter, von Weitem sieht's so krass aus. Ey, guck das mal an, das sieht aus wie ein Film. Imagine, du erzählst das dann so deinen Kindern, die glauben dir das doch nicht.
Living the dream. One foot in front of the other.
Alter. Insane. Insane, Alter. Sick.
That was like actually witnessing a real superhero feat. Because I mean, you have to like be pretty built to climb the Andes. This is a tall ass building.
Dude. Alter, ja, du musst wirklich mutig sein, das auch zu machen.
I don't. I know. Jake, you've inspired me once again.
I would never try that. That was f***ing crazy.
Jake is out of his mind.
Das ist actually insane.
Good, real good. That was so sick.
Congrats on living.
That worked way better than I thought.
So f***ing good.
I didn't even use the tether at all. Did you look down? Yeah, dude. This is scary as shit. I was just like, just keep climbing.
You did it much faster than I thought you were gonna.
Me too.
Alter, 11 Minuten hat er es geschafft. Crazy.
I thought I was gonna have way more trouble. Trying to like see in people's windows.
Yeah, he's knocking on windows. Housekeeping! Did anyone call you?
No, that'd be funny. I'm just like, yup, you're on the
mayor of Los Angeles.
Yeah, oh.
What do you mean get off the mayor?
Well, that's pretty much it for this one. I don't know what more I could have possibly done. Thank you guys.
Alter, insane das Video. Also besser als das wird's halt einfach auch nicht, ne? Also so experimentemäßig ist das top-notch.